three main tendencies of the era. Three broader cultural and intellectual tendencies had a profound impact of Baroque art as well as Baroque music. The first tendency was the emergence of the Counter-Reformation. The Counter-Reformation, also called the Catholic Reformation or Catholic Survival, was the period of Catholic resurgence initiated in response to the Protestant Reformation during the Council of Trent in years 1545 to 1563. The Roman Catholic Church after the Council of Trent, 1545-63, adopted a propagandistic stance in which art was to serve as a means of extending and stimulating the public's faith in the Church. The second tendency is absolute monarchies or absolutism. The consolidation of large and powerful nation-states in Europe in the 17th century led to the rise of absolute monarchy, where powerful monarchs claimed absolute power that came directly from God. During that time, royal absolutism interacted with Baroque culture, art, Baroque music and literature. Louis XIV of France, the great and not so great rulers, called on the artistic talent of the age to glorify their power and magnificence. And finally, the third tendency was a new interest in nature. The development of 17th century landscape painting, in which humans are frequently portrayed as minute figures in a vast natural setting, is indicative of this changing awareness of the human condition. Baroque architecture is the building style of the Baroque era, begun in late 16th century Italy, that took the Roman vocabulary of Renaissance architecture and used it in a new rhetorical and theatrical fashion, often to express the triumph of the Catholic Church. The first famous artist was Gian Lorenzo Bernini, an Italian artist who was the greatest sculptor of the 17th century and an outstanding architect as well. He created the Baroque style of sculpture and developed it to such an extent that other artists are of only minor importance in a discussion of that. One of the famous architect works by Bernini is St. Peter's Basilica. St. Peter's Basilica in Rome is one of the world's holiest Catholic shrines, visited by thousands of pilgrims and tourists every month. Built upon the tomb of St. Peter. To achieve the ornate texture and detail seen on the baldachin, Bernini used the lost wax method. The lost wax method is a labor-intensive casting method that requires a full-scale wax model to be constructed before the molten bronze is poured into the hollow portion of the wax model.